That is the single standard by which the people of Egypt will achieve the future they deserve. Surely there will be difficult days to come, but the United States will continue to stand up for the rights of the Egyptian people and work with their government in pursuit of a future that is more just, more free, and more hopeful. Thank you very much.
All right, you heard a pool reporter trying to shout a question to the president, but he walked out right away. President Obama, a brief statement, but a very important statement, urging calm right now, urging restraint on everyone, the protesters and the Egyptian military and police, saying that everyone must refrain from violence right now. Egyptian authorities, he was specifically addressing them right at the top, also urging Egyptian authorities to open up the internet, the social networking sites, saying that there can be peaceful protests, urging the protesters to avoid violence. This is a moment of promise, he says, that could emerge out of a moment of volatility. Fred Pleitgen is our man in Cairo right now. Fred, I assume you were listening to the President of the United States. You heard about an hour or so ago the Egyptian President Hosni Mubarak speak out. We just lost your light, but you can speak. We can hear you, Fred. So go ahead. Give us your sense of how this is going to play in Egypt, what we heard from President Obama.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Our light just blew out here on the live position. Yeah, I don't think that this is going to be enough for the protesters who we've been seeing here today. What they've been saying is they would like to see the U.S. go away from Hosni Mubarak and declare that this is no longer their man. What we just heard from President Obama is that he's saying there needs to be more reform, there needs to be calm on the streets now, but that he is calling on Hosni Mubarak to implement those reforms, and that's clearly not something that many people here believe will happen. This man's been in power for 30 years here. A lot of people here in Egypt, especially the younger generation that the president was just talking about, have known no other president than Hosni Mubarak, and clearly they're very dissatisfied with what they're getting. People have been telling me again and again on the streets, to them, this is about social change, more freedoms, more rights. This is about having jobs. This is about having economic opportunities. This is about having opportunities in education. Things that they say have been lacking across the board. So certainly to a lot of the people that we've been speaking to, nothing short of President Mubarak stepping down would have been enough for them. Clearly that's not going to be the case. And they were expecting, they told me, a strong statement from America to the extent that America also felt that there needed to be change. And, you know, one of the other things that they've been talking about is they keep telling me America seems to think that because Hosni Mubarak is their ally, this is the only person they can go with in Egypt. They say, give it a chance, let the people find a new leader here, and then hopefully move forward as a beacon of stability and democracy for the people here in this country. Wolf?
Fred, stand by for a moment, because I want to play a little excerpt of what we just heard from President Obama, making the point that he just spoke with the Egyptian leader, Hosni Mubarak, on the phone. He wanted to speak with him before he addressed the American people. And as a result, he said that when he spoke with President Mubarak, he urged him to exercise restraint and to address the grievances of the people of Egypt. Very, very carefully phrased words. Here's a little excerpt of what President Obama said.
As the situation continues to unfold, our first concern is preventing injury or loss of life. So I want to be very clear in calling upon the Egyptian authorities to refrain from any violence against peaceful protesters. The people of Egypt have rights that are universal. That includes the right to peaceful assembly and association, the right to free speech, and the ability to determine their own destiny. These are human rights, and the United States will stand up for them everywhere.
All right, the President of the United States, Nick Robertson, is on the scene for us in Alexandria, Egypt. That's the second largest city in Egypt. Same question to you, Nick. What the President of the United States just said, how do you think that's going to play? Because it's the middle of the night right now in Alexandria and Cairo, but when daylight comes out, Saturday is a regular day in Egypt. It's the first working day of the week. How's all of this going to play?
People are going to look at what President Obama has said. They're going to think about it, and they're going to reflect that he probably didn't go far enough for them. That there's no call here for national dialogue, for example. There's no demand on President Mubarak for free and fair elections. These are things that people here might have hoped for. They really would like to see and get a sense the United States is more behind the people and more prepared to take a much firmer line with President Mubarak than this appears to be at this stage. I think there's going to be a good degree of disappointment. But the real thing people are going to wake up to on Saturday morning here is a very simple fact that President Mubarak says is not going. He's just firing his government, and he's going to stay, and that's the challenge to the people and the protesters here, and that's what's going to rile them most of all. But they're going to be disappointed. They haven't heard more from the United States, and there's something you hear that circulates here at the moment, Wolf, among the people, whether it's right or not. There's a lot of people here have heard the rumor that some of these tear gas rounds that are being fired are fired from using U.S. cartridges. And although that's not something we can substantiate, that's certainly something people believe on the streets. They really want to know where the United States stands, and they want the United States to stand behind them and their calls for democracy and all the things that President Obama listed there. But it's little things like this that's going to play on their minds, Wolf.
Nick Robertson, I want you to stand by. Fred Pleitgen in Cairo, stand by as well. We're going to take a quick break. The breaking news, though, will continue right here. It's unfolding on the streets of Egypt right now. We're not leaving this story. The stakes are clearly enormous. We'll be right back.